The landscape, where the wolves turned into whispers, the moon sang in colors, and yet, for some, none of it exists, not even in the faintest outline. You might imagine these dreamlike details, like the shimmer of moonlight or the howl of wind curling through trees. But for others, the mind is silent. No images, no colors, no motion, a blank slate. This phenomenon is known as aphantasia, and it opens a profound philosophical question. What does it mean to think without pictures? We often assume that imagination is central to human consciousness, that ideas arise from mental imagery. Plato believed the world of forms existed beyond perception, and that the soul remembered what it once saw. But what happens when there's nothing to see inside at all? In the 1800s, philosopher Francis Galton asked subjects to picture their breakfast table from memory. Some could recall vivid details, the pattern of the china, the shine of the jam jar. Others saw nothing. He concluded that imagination, far from uniform, was a spectrum. At one end, vivid mental movies. At the other, stillness, silence. Today, science agrees. Aphantasia affects an estimated 3 to 5% of people. Hyperfantasy, its vivid cousin, can be so intense that internal images feel almost real. And most of us lie somewhere in the foggy middle. But here's the problem. How can we ever know what someone else is experiencing inside their head? If I say I see a red apple, is it the same red, the same shape, the same feeling as yours? Philosophers call this the problem of qualia, subjective experience that can never truly be shared. But science tries to peek behind the curtain. In one experiment, researchers tracked pupil dilation, which changes automatically when we look at light. Interestingly, just imagining brightness causes most pupils to shrink. But in people with aphantasia, that reflex never kicks in. It's as if their minds truly don't generate a visual scene. Yet the puzzle deepens. People with aphantasia still dream with images. So where do those pictures come from? It turns out, dreams may use a different system. Unlike conscious imagination, which involves decision-making and memory recall, dreams emerge from deep brain activity, what scientists call a bottom-up process, where the dream builds itself without your control. This suggests imagination is not a single faculty, but a complex collaboration between brain regions, and perhaps even a dialogue between reason and emotion. In those with hyperphantasia, brain scans show stronger connections between control centers and visual memory. In aphantasia, that bridge may be quieter or missing entirely. But is a blank mind's eye a disadvantage, or just a different kind of perception? Philosophically, aphantasia challenges the notion that imagery is necessary for understanding. People with aphantasia can still solve problems, compose music, write novels, design architecture. Their thinking may rely more on concepts, logic, or language. And in some cases, this absence of imagery is protective. Trauma-based disorders like PTSD often involve vivid flashbacks. People with aphantasia may be less prone to those visual intrusions. But the cost, they might also be less emotionally engaged with stories, memories, or dreams. One study found that when reading an intense scene, people with mental imagery showed physical signs of stress, like increased heart rate and sweating. Those with aphantasia remained physically calm. So the question becomes, what is imagination really for? Is it simply decoration for thought, or something deeper? A bridge between perception and meaning. Philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre argued that imagination is freedom, the power to step beyond the real and envision the possible. But maybe, as aphantasia shows us, freedom comes in many forms. For some, it's a vivid painting in the mind. For others, it's a wordless clarity, a quiet way of thinking, just as human and just as profound.